Here we are at the Scouting Combine talking to the pass rushers, and right now, Alabama edge rusher Will Anderson Jr. Welcome. Great to see you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. Right?
It's funny. We see the guys standing there before they come up,
right.
And you're the first one that seemed really anxious to come up here and talk to us. The rest of them are just kind of like standing there. You were ready to go.
He was
ready.
That. He made eye contact, right? He was like, I'm gonna show these guys who I am right here.
Yeah, for me, because I have a degree in communication, so like for me, this is kind of like my area of expertise a little bit.
Right.
So I love it.
All right, so you're feeling like, hey, I'm Johnny Professional behind the mic here, okay? You're not taking my job yet, okay? We'll see in a few years. Maybe you probably will. Walking in, he smells good. We said that. Smells like money. And okay, and then the Gucci sandals walking in. I mean, Nick Saban, like you wear Gucci sandals around the facility?
Look, let me tell you something. This is just some chill, relax,
I know it is.
Footwear.
I got you.
I decided to slip on this morning.
We're just gonna have some fun with you.
The reality though with Saban, we know how stern he can be, and all that said, he gushes about you. What did you do to get on his good side? Because you're one of the few that seems to end up there.
Yeah, so for me, it was just going in, keeping my head down and working. And I wanted to earn the respect from not just him, but everybody in the building and the players, so everybody. And I think I did that, and I think he respected me a lot. I came in, I was committed to the standard, to the culture that he had built, and I wanted to uphold that standard and that culture so much, because once I'm committed to something, I'm all in. Like, if it'd be selfish of me, I know what's right from wrong to, not correct somebody else on doing it. And I think that's what he respected me about. I wasn't scared to step on people's toes, and I wasn't scared to get in people's butt if I needed to.
Right.
I mean, what a quote. I don't ever think there's a perfect player, but that guy is the ultimate competitor. I mean, if Nick Saban says that about you, you're doing something right, my friend.
Man. All right, so give us a good Nick Saban, story. What's the best time he just cussed you out? And then do you got like a funny other side we don't see from Nick Saban every now and then?
So for me, I wouldn't say I always did everything perfect, but I never really just got like cussed out.
Yeah.
Not from him.
But
from my position coach, Sal Cesare, differently. Well, Coach Saban, he always just like, 31, come on, man. And when I started graduating from 31 to Will, then I knew.
That's when you knew you got his respect?
So I remember, so it was my freshman year, and the whole fall camp, he was calling me 31. Right. And I walked out one day, and we was getting ready to go through walkthrough, and he was like, what's up, Will? And my little freshman me was like, you just called me Will?
Yeah.
Like, he knows my name?
Right.
Oh, crap. So that was just like a funny story of like, how that transpires. But it was cool. It was fun.
Yeah, cool.
I see that you have 5 sisters, and they're all older than you.
Yeah.
And you're the baby. What was that like growing up?
Well, I think we should take sisters out and say 5 moms.
Yeah. I hear that. I got an older daughter who's like a second mom to my son. I understand that.
They were all bossy. I mean, it came with its pros and cons. For me, just being in the house with all of them, some people think of it a little differently, but my sisters all played sports. So they weren't your typical, like, girly girl sisters.
Sure.
They were more a little stern, a little firm.
Yeah,
like,
right.
After a bad game or something, you need to get your act together.
So they'd give it to you. So you were conditioned for Saban already.
Yeah, so they made it known, like, hey, like, get yourself together. So,
right.
But it was fun growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were really tight family, staying up late, joking, having fun with my parents, and, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
All right, you grew up in Georgia. How the hell did you end up at Alabama?
Good question. Georgia, I just don't think they didn't know how they wanted to use me in the defense.
Right.
But Alabama was just like, we're just gonna throw you out there, and whatever we see you good at, we're just gonna place you everywhere. And that's kind of how it worked out. Like, they seen I could do a little bit of everything, and they molded me and they shaped me and they got me ready to play all those different positions.
Well, like Georgia, you think like they weren't sure about how big you were, like where you were not thick enough at that point.
Yeah,
so they were
I was a little skinny, so I was probably like 225 coming out of high school,
Sure.
So I was a little smaller than most of the recruits that were coming out.
Right.
Was there any thought given whatsoever, Will, to sitting out the bowl game and just keeping yourself healthy and ready for the draft?
Oh, no. I mean, if that was the case, I would have sat out the whole season, because it's just like with football, that all of those things are going to come. But if you play fast, you do things the right way, you prepare the right way, then you don't have to worry about those things. And for me, from a leader standpoint, I have been preaching like the standard, the culture, how to do things the right way, and it'd be selfish of me and hypocritical of me not to withstand on that and stand 10 toes on everything I've been saying.
Yeah, Saban, you said like they experimented with you. So tell us kind of the process there. Were you doing like some stand-up linebacker and stuff like that?
Yeah, most definitely. So They had me a little bit standing up, playing a little bit of four-eye,
right,
inside, dropping in coverage.
Yeah.
And Coach Saban was like, he can do all of it. And that's what I love so much. Like, Coach Saban trusted me. He had confidence in me, and that gave me confidence, like, to go out there and do my job.
All right, so then off of that, when did it become like, oh, shit, I'm an awesome pass rusher? Like, when did it become like, okay, I'm kind of the man in this department?
Kind of going into from the end of my freshman year going into my sophomore year. Like, the Florida game, my freshman year, and then after that, it just clicked for me. Like, the game slowed down a little bit. I could catch up. I could read, like, keys and everything like that, and it started coming natural, and that's when it just took off.
Yeah. I know you've got the communications degree and you're intrigued by the media, but the way you explained your decision to play in the bowl game, I'm sitting here thinking this guy could be a coach one of these days.
Yeah. This is.
You're gonna have some options.
Yeah. You got your act together for sure.
Appreciate it.
And you got a great personality, you do, and I can see why teams love you. Let alone I watched you enough on the field to go, damn, they should love you.
Appreciate it.
I know that. All right, so we always love to ask, especially a guy like you, playing in the SEC, which is the king of college football, playing at Alabama, where you're kind of the king as well. Best player you played against, best player that you saw at your time in Alabama that was on your team. Yeah, putting the pressure on you here, Mr. Communication. Let's see you get out of this jam right here.
The second one's going to be hard. The first one, it's so many great athletes in the SEC.
Yeah, and just who's that guy that you're like, damn, I didn't realize he was that. Like, who's the guy that pops in your brain right away? Yeah, I mean, the SEC, it's crazy.
I would say from quarterback-wise, I would say Matt Corral. And that's from my freshman year to my sophomore year. We could not get him on the ground.
He's quick as hell, right?
Quick, can move out the pocket
quick
really
release.
well. Yes, everything. Like, and the offense they ran, it was perfect for him. Like, wasn't there, I'm going, like, I'm out. But from that standpoint, he was. And then best player on my team.
Yeah, this is the tough one right here because you're gonna make some enemies. You're gonna have guys that like you after this question.
I just want to say all of those guys are great, but the person I'm going to say is because I tried to emulate what he did. He taught me a lot, and he probably don't even know, but I would say Devontae Smith. I say that because I seen the way he came to work every day.
Right.
And I'm not saying all the other guys didn't work, but waking up as a freshman early in the morning, going to get, like, workout and stuff like that, he was already there in the training room getting treatment.
Right.
And I put that into my game.
Made an impression on you.
And I was like, oh, everything he's doing, and look where it turned out for him.
Yeah.
So everything he was doing, I did that for, like, the rest of my career.
That's cool, man.
Who's the quarterback you can't wait to put on the ground?
Ooh. That's a good question. Whoever we play against, I'm going to be looking forward to doing
all of them.
All of them. You got a guy that you kind of model your game after? Like, who's your favorite pass rusher in football?
Yeah, right now, Nick Bosa. Because I kind of like the bull swipe, the forklift, all that, using your hands, getting blockers off you, or such and that. So that's kind of what I like try to put in my game.
See, that's where he's from Alabama and he's a little more advanced. He's got already the names of the moves down where, we talk to other defensive ends and they're like, I'm still learning pass rush moves and stuff, and you got the forklift. What was the other one?
Bull swipe.
The bull swipe. The bull swipe.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bosa's your guy. That's a good one to have, be your guy. He's the man right now.
Who's the guy at the college level, opponent-wise, that gave you the hardest time?
I would say this year, the tackle from Tennessee, Darnell Wright, he was really good, especially from my sophomore year to my junior year. I feel like he had took his game to another level. And, I think that's what you have to do in the SEC. You're going against a lot of great talent each year, a lot of great players, no matter if you're on the offensive side or defensive side. You got to be ready because all those guys are going to be good. But he really did a really fantastic job this year.
You working out this weekend?
Oh, yes, sir, I am.
You can do it? You do it all?
Most of it, yes, sir.
All right. You got any expectations you want to throw out there to us, like 40 numbers, whatever?
Oh, no. My agent would kill me right now.
You?
Well, I will let you guys see when the times come. But, just preparing myself and working hard and, having all the guys by my side has been great.
You seem like I know you said Nick Bosa, but I feel like, again, I haven't studied you on tape or watching college. You could be also like a Micah Parsons type of guy. That could be like a stand-up linebacker, go chase the ball sideline to sideline, and then, hey, third down, rush the passer. Yeah. You're open to anything?
I'm open to anything.
You are.
That's what football is about, embracing the change, embracing the challenge, and, accepting it and going to work with it.
Yeah.
Back-to-back Nagurski Trophy winner. Where do you keep those?
I have one back at home in Alabama, and then I think the other one is back at home with my parents.
All right, what's the biggest thing you're going to do, or need to work on here? Just getting ready for the NFL where you go, I got to take this little aspect of my game to the next level.
Yeah, most definitely working in space. playing in space, making sure that I'm still understanding pass drops, coverages, and stuff like that. That's
breaking
one area,
down, tackling people in space that way.
Yeah, so that's one of the biggest things I want to improve in my game.
All right, cool.
One of the things we've been asking guys, give me the tape that you want people to look at as the most reflective of who you are.
Like the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say this year, Texas A&M. That game, we really got at them from a pass rush stance, from a technique stance, just showing the ability to get to the quarterback and affect the quarterback.
I was, a proponent of wait, we're going to put TCU in over Alabama, okay? I was like, first off, I played in the Big 12. I played at Texas. It wasn't like that in early 2000s, but now it's a 7-on-7 conference. I mean, that had to hurt you. Were you surprised? Did you think you still had a chance maybe when you saw TCU lose the Big 12 championship?
Honest to God, me and Bryce were texting back and forth like, it's our time, bro.
Right.
We finna get the team together, finna have a meeting on Sunday, get these guys going like,
we're gonna
it's
get
our
in.
time.
Yeah.
And then they came out with it, and he was like, bro, but me and Bryce still just want to keep that leadership going and, come on, we still got something to prove. We still can show, why we deserve to be in that position and go out there and beat Kansas State.
Yeah, a lot of times when you get a disappointment like that, the team comes out flat.
Right, kind of pack,
they're upset.
Pack it in,
Yeah.
This
we
isn't
didn't
where
want
we
to be
wanted
here.
to be. Right. Yeah, you guys whooped Kansas State there. Yeah, no doubt about it.
You strike me as a guy who's ready to go in and just lead in the locker room from day one. What are you going to hang back and get comfortable first, or are you just going to go in and try to take over?
Well, no, I don't think that's the right way to approach it. I think first you have to earn the respect of all the veterans in there, all the older guys, all the guys that have already put in the time, that have been there. And when you earn the respect of those guys, then you can start, connecting with people, seeing why they play football, seeing their reason why they're doing everything. And then you go from a leader standpoint of trying to uphold the standard, trying to uphold the culture there, and making sure that everything's right. But for me first, I have to make sure I'm doing everything right. I'm living up to, everything that I said I want to do for myself and earning the respect for my teammates and my coaches.
So first guy in, last guy out.
Guy's a pro.
Grind and grind.
He's a pro. You're going to
do well.
You got the approach. All right, so one last thing for me. I know you got better things to do here. But Bryce Young, just give us a feel for him and what you saw over the years and what impressed you about him.
Yeah, so for most athletes that go to Alabama, he didn't start his freshman year.
Right.
And he could have did a lot of things. But I watched Bryce every day as I was in my own lane, and me and Bryce were very close. We had classes together, everything. He stayed true to himself. He worked hard every day. He was so eager to learn. And then once he got that opportunity his sophomore year, nothing changed. He's a great guy, great competitor, great teammate, great brother. I love the man to death, and I love playing with him. I'm super excited for him.
Who will be the number one pick? Willie Anderson,
know.
the pass rusher, or Bryce Young, the quarterback?
Well, this guy definitely has the Nick Saban seal of approval, which means something. Will Anderson Jr., thanks for some of your time. We wish you all the best. Can't wait to see your NFL career blossom.
Don't steal our jobs when you get done with the career.
I won't.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.